Sam Ashley back at it again with another Sam Manella reaction. Yep. And today I'm going to be reacting to Fidel Castro Dairy Adventures by Sam Manella Academy. We already know what's up with Sam. Funny and informative. If you guys would like to check out my other Sam Manella reactions, the link will be up at the top. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit that red button so you can be a part of the family. Don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Enough of me talking. Let's get straight into this reaction.
Hey kids, let's talk about Fidel Castro. We're all familiar with Castro,
Yes, we
right?
are.
Dictator of Cuba for the whole second half of the 20th century, main antagonist of the Cuban Missile Crisis, you know. Anyway, this man loves three things. He loves Cuba, he loves communism, and good God, does the man love dairy. Yep, you heard me right. The all-powerful dictator of communist Cuba is obsessed with anything related to milk and its derivatives. I drew up a little chart here, right? I call it the Leche Lovin' Ladder.
I wonder if he liked breast milk. Being that he's obsessed with everything that's milk related, you know that is a thing. Some men love breast milk. I don't know. I wonder. That would be definitely interesting. He probably was sucking on somebody's titties, drinking milk on a daily for dairy. Let me stop.
At the bottom you got dairy farmers, then you got Ross O'Donovan, then Mr. Bones, then starving babies, and then all the way up at the top here, you got Fidel Castro. Today, I'm going to share a few true stories that illustrate his preoccupation. Okay, the first one isn't really a story so much as a fact, but according to several sources, Castro was known to be able to eat 18 scoops of ice cream after a meal. That's more than 2 pints. If that doesn't impress you, then go try it for yourself. Me, I can barely manage a pint and a half on an empty stomach, and Castro's doing it on top of a full meal. But
Hold on. There's no way. Like, how is he eating this slowly? Like, how? That just seems, I don't know. Like, he didn't get the bubbly guts after a whole meal. He would have 18 scoops of ice cream. Like, he wasn't shitting for days. His butt had to be raw. There's no way that this man had a full meal, probably of pasta, I'm pretty sure, or some sort of a meal. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with pasta all the time. Like, and then you have 18 scoops. Oh my gosh. Bruh. The amount of brain freeze and bubbly guts I would get. Comment down below if you lactose intolerant. Comment down below. Let me know if you lactose intolerant. I am, but like when it comes to like actual like milk, but I can eat cheese. I can eat yogurt without a problem. It's just more or less milk. Milk, I would have to buy lactate milk, but anything other than that, I'm fine. I can eat cheese, I can eat yogurt and everything else, but regular milk, whole milk, fat-free milk, all of that milk, give me the bubbly guts. I'll be on the toilet. So I buy for myself, I buy lactate milk.
it gets better. Being such an ice cream connoisseur, Castro ordered the construction of an ice cream shop. But this isn't your average everyday parlor, not by a long shot. He built a straight-up ice cream complex, taking up an entire city block. This was a piece of modern architecture, too, in total contrast to the surrounding slums, all for the sake of ice cream. The place is called Copelia, and it's still open today. Of course, Castro's obsession went beyond just personal pleasure. Dairy was so dear to him that it often found its way into diplomatic interactions. Like one time, a French diplomat came to visit, so Castro whips out some Cuban cheese. Specifically, though, it was camembert cheese, a variety that France is famous for. French guy was like, hey, not bad, it's almost as good as the French kind. Try it again. I think you'll find it's even better than the French.
You better say
All
you
right,
like
I won't
that
say
before he
that.
kill
I'm
you.
sorry. Are you disrespecting my cheese in my house on my island? No, I mean it's good. I just said the French kind is better. Maybe if you froggy fucks bathed once in a while, you'd be able to taste
What?
the cheese instead of your own BO. Listen, you've got your cigars, we've got our cheese. Live with it. Fine. Fuck him, it's good
He didn't
cheese.
offer?
I'm paraphrasing just a little bit, but that's basically how it went down. So already it's obvious that dairy is of great value to Castro. Most exceptional, however, is how this value reflected in his leadership. Naturally, having an entire nation at his disposal, Castro wanted to bolster the Cuban dairy industry as much as possible. But there was one problem. Cuba initially had two types of cows called La Reinas and Zebus. La Reinas came from the days when Spain ruled Cuba, and Zebus originated from India. Both of these cows are well suited to the Cuban environment, having a very high tolerance for heat. However, they don't produce much milk, they're mostly just raised for their meat. So Castro decides to import thousands of Holsteins from Canada.
Snap.
Holsteins are the classic black and white cows, and as we all know, you can juice these guys for days. They are utterly superior. Only problem is, they're used to living in Canada. So
Hold on. I wonder if he had a fetish for milking a cow. I wonder if he milked cows on his own. That's another fetish that people have. I'm just saying, I can't make this up. Usually when people are obsessed with stuff, they are literally obsessed with it.
when they're plopped down under the scorching Caribbean sun, it's going to stress them out. They're not going to be laughing cows by any means. So as a result, Castro's imports still didn't put out enough milk to satisfy his desires. At this point, your average run-of-the-mill dairy queen would have given up. But Castro, he's more than that. He's a dairy dictator. So he ordered the construction of a giant air-conditioned complex with the sole purpose of providing a comfortable environment for his Holsteins.
Yo.
And it helped a little bit, but they were still stressed out. They still weren't putting out at their natural levels. And as you can imagine, climate controlling an entire facility is very expensive, so Castro was forced to abandon the project. But like the astronaut he is, Castro held on to his dream of finding the Milky Way. So he gathered a team of scientists and farmers and ordered them to breed together the Zebus and the Holsteins in order to produce a heat-resistant, lactose-pumping super cow. The breeding efforts were mostly a bust, never producing the bovine master race that Castro longed for. However, there was one exception. Under Castro's program, a single individual was born that met his expectations with flying colors. The cow was named Ubre Blanca, Spanish for white udder, and she produced world record-breaking volumes of milk, peaking at 110 liters a day. That's more than 29 entire gallons of lactation. Needless to say, Castro was absolutely euphoric at this isolated success of his. To say he went ballistic would be an understatement. He went intercontinentally ballistic. Like, India hasn't got shit on the levels of cow worship that Castro performed. Daily updates were published in the Cuban national newspaper describing Ubre Blanca's health and productivity. And when she died in 1985, Castro commissioned a giant marble statue of the cow in her honor. He also had scientists harvest tissue and egg samples for the sake of preserving her DNA. After Ubre Blanca's death, Castro's plans for the Cuban dairy industry got even more desperate and ridiculous somehow. This is based off of an actual conversation that he had with his team of scientists in 1987. Okay guys, hear me out. What if we make cows that are the size of dogs, so that way they can live in people's apartments with them? Fidel, I don't think that's gonna work. No.
Wait, why would people, just because you're obsessed with cows or whatever his obsession was with it, that doesn't mean that people want that as a pet. Like, bruh, what? I'm pretty sure he liked titty milk. He had to like titty milk. There's no way. This man was crazy. He had to like titty milk. And I'm pretty sure Branca, whatever the cow name is, I'm pretty sure he was milking that cow. And he probably was doing other things to that cow.
No, it'll work. You just have to grow grass in the apartment too. You can't be serious. Yeah, you just gotta put up some fluorescent lights. Bam, little grazing patch for your doggy cow. You are a fucking lunatic. And obviously nothing ever came of that
Doggy
idea.
cow.
And Cuba's dairy industry is still floundering today, sadly. So yeah, if you haven't gotten the picture by now, the dude likes milk. Imagine he's at the birth of his grandson, right? Ah, what a beautiful baby boy. Fidel, there's something we need to tell you. Your grandson, he's lactose intolerant. Prepare the firing squad. Anyway, there's plenty of other miscellaneous stories surrounding his little preoccupation, like the time the CIA tried to poison his milkshake, so I just decided to highlight a few big ones. Anyway, that's all for today. Till next time, I'm Salmonella, and thank you for watching.
Yo, that was hilarious. He probably would have killed his grandson because his grandson was lactose intolerant. He was crazy like that. He definitely was. I know everybody in Cuba is probably like happy that man ain't alive right now. Like, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he has some crazy fetishes behind closed doors when it came to milk. And that last part with the baby, he probably would have got the baby out of the picture, and he probably would have been getting the titty milk, the breast milk from the mother, and leaving the baby to be, I don't know. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Give your girl a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, fam.